Good evening.
I will hand over to you, okay?
So, can I start now, sir, Ravi sir?
Once recording is started, it's your stage, okay?
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Special thanks to Louis sir for presenting here. This is Gaurav Sharma. I'm your host. Brings you yet another fresh episode of Nations Wants to Know, along with my special guest from Portugal. He is the Goodwill Ambassador of IDYM Portugal, Professor Luis Miguel Cardoso. Very welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. It's a huge pleasure to be here. It's a great honor. And of course, first of all, I would like to thank the invitation for being here and to congratulate Mr. Ravi Shankar for his excellent work with the IDIM Foundation. It has been an outstanding effort, a huge example of hope and the desire of knowledge to the young students that are going to build our future ahead of us. So again, to the IDIM Foundation, it's a big example for every country in the world, not just for India. And it is an inspiring example for all of us. So it's a pleasure to be in your team. Thank you.
Definitely, sir, definitely. And I would like to tell my audience and other people something great about you. Professor Dr. Luis Miguel Cardoso is a PhD working in the Department of Languages and Communication Sciences, Polytechnic Institute of Porto Alegre and Center for Competitive Studies of the University of Lisbon, Portugal. And before I go ahead, I would like to take this opportunity to express my extreme gratitude to Ravi Shankar sir, founder of IDYM Foundation, who has given me this opportunity to conduct the interview session today. Now, let me first of all share some basic details who we are, about IDYM, who we are and what we do. IDYM Foundation performs workshops on satellite, lectures on space functions, and is a hub of professionals, IITians, and educators. The goal of IDYM is to serve the country for achieving the goal of self-reliant India. The mission is to ignite dreams of young minds and to promote space and satellite education for every young individual so that the entire student community can benefit and have dreams and goals, and all of them meet their aspiration. Thank you so much, Ravi Shankar sir, because you are doing such a wonderful job for the entire nation, for the entire humanity, for the entire mankind. And we all are with you, and together we are going to make this possible. Now, without wasting any time, I would like to start the interview with Professor Luis Cardoso. Sir, can I start the interview with you? Are you ready?
Yes, sir. You can go ahead. Yes, you can go ahead.
All right, because I have prepared a few basic questions for you. So first of all, I would like to know, guys, could you please put your mic on mute mode? Everybody, please put your mic on mute mode. It's a kind request. Yeah, now starting with the very first question. So I would like to know about your journey so far. I'm very much sure that our audience would also love to hear this from you. Sir, could you please share your journey till now?
With pleasure, sir. Well, my journey so far has been a journey of discovery, because life is a journey of discovery.
Just a moment, sir. Just a moment. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Could you please put your mic on mute mode, please? Host can mute all. Sanjeev sir, could you please put your mic on mute mode? host can mute all.
Okay, okay, Gaurav ji, just wait for a moment. I will do that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Louis sir. Now it's already. Thank you so much, Louis sir, for your kind patience. Now, please go ahead, sir.
Welcome. You're welcome, sir. So, as I was saying, life itself, it's a huge journey for us all. And I honestly enjoy life by discovering experiences. And day after day, I try to enrich myself with episodes of learning, of knowledge, of education. And this is a discovery that never ends because it begins when the sun starts to shine and it ends when the sun is setting. And this is a long life desire that we all must have to enrich ourselves in our lives. So we must always look for knowledge and wisdom and to understand what are the most important values and principles of mankind. And that is what is bringing all connected. And for instance, we are here connected by these same ideals, the ideals of sharing, the ideals of knowledge, the ideals of hope in a better future. And what better future is there than with space exploration? So I would honestly would like to remember a phrase by the former President John F. Kennedy. So we must not ask what our country can do for us. We must ask what we can do for our country.
Yes.
Of course, sir, India is an example for us all. It's a beautiful country. It's a country full of energy, full of spirit, full of knowledge, full of hope. And space program is a way that can inspire students for a better future. So the task that we are now trying to achieve is to understand how can we all work together in a close network of wishes and knowledge and desire to build up such a project that can be honorable and respected. So once again, I must highlight that IDEAM Foundation is doing a wonderful job. And I honestly hope that this job will go ahead with further energy and much strength and inspiring thoughts by our founder and leader, because he is truly the soul of this project. And it is always inspiring to read his messages and to understand the strength and the might of his words. And it is all inspiring for us all. So we have a huge challenge, my friend, that is to build a common future. And of course, we are dealing with a huge problem, a worldwide problem now with COVID-19. But we must understand that the COVID-19 has a lesson for us all. And the lesson is we must work together, because COVID-19 is not a problem of India or Portugal or Germany or France. It's a worldwide problem. So worldwide problems need worldwide solutions. And that is one of the main lessons that we are dealing with right now. Just like education, just like knowledge, education is a key factor for developing our countries. And so this is why IDEAM Foundation is so important, because with knowledge and with education, we can surely go ahead and enhance our students to this better future, enhance our universities, enhance our polytechnics, enhance our secondary schools. And with all this connected, I'm sure we will have new horizons of hope, of understanding, and of willing and strength to overcome all these obstacles.
Definitely, sir, because I truly respect you because you are one of my favorite mentors and you are a true inspiration for millions, starting with me because you are having such a clear thoughts and vision, and a special thanks for you because you believe the power of collaboration. You believe in the power of teamwork. Communicate with anyone, anywhere, and anytime. This is the new normal. Because if we are going to communicate and work like a team, we will definitely going to achieve what we all want to achieve all across the globe, for all across the humanity, for the mankind. And yes, Ravi Shankar is doing a very great leadership job, and we salute him for his work for the nation, for his work for the humanity. Right, sir? And I would be asking you one more question. Tell me something more about your career, because we all know that you are a professor, doctor, PhD, and you're working with a university. I want to know something more about your career. I mean, what exactly do you do? And also, I would like to know that how did you manage the thing during the tough time? You can say COVID, Corona, and how did you manage during COVID time?
Okay, sir. So let's start with the year of 1991. That's when I finished my degree in humanities. So my degree in humanities means that I'm teaching Portuguese language, ancient Latin, and ancient Greek. And the second stage was my master's degree. My master's degree is about classical literatures, Portuguese literature, Latin literature, and Greek literature. And then my PhD is about literature and cinema. And so this is a connection of two great passions that I have,
Yeah.
literature and cinema. And when we work with passion, my friend, everything is possible because work is no longer a task. Work is a joy, is happiness. And that is how we must look at our duties day after day with joy, with happiness, with light in our eyes. So everything started when I was a secondary teacher, and I was a teacher in high school for let me see 4 or 5 years, and then I started working at the Polytechnic Institute of Viseu, that is my hometown. Viseu is a city in the north of Portugal. And if you don't know Portugal, my dear friends, please, when this is all over, come to Portugal and visit Portugal because it's a wonderful country. I know that India is a wonderful country, and one of my great wishes is to visit India since I was a little boy. So let's hope that one day I can come to your country, your beautiful country, excellent country, and a huge example for mankind in such different ways that is inspiring, absolutely inspiring. So I was with the Polytechnic Institute of Viseu with, let me see, 12 years, and I was teaching degrees for future teachers and future journalists and public relations and marketeers. So this was my main focus at the Polytechnic Institute of Viseu. Then in 2008, I arrived here in Porto Alegre. Porto Alegre is a city that is in the south of Portugal, the most sunny part of Portugal, beautiful landscape. And now my job here is more connected with future journalists, future public relations, and future marketeers. So my first priorities are to teach literature, cinema, cyber culture, critical culture, cultural journalism, and these are my areas of attention. I also work as a researcher at the Center for Comparative Studies at University of Lisbon. And in this Center for Comparative Studies, our main focus is to understand the bridges that we can build between different cultures. And that is what comparative studies is all about. So to understand, for instance, what are the connections between Portuguese culture and Indian culture. And we have a lot in common. And we have a history that connects our countries. So this is one of the ways that we can work on. And between countries, we can, of course, build bridges of knowledge, of connections between universities, and connections between teachers and researchers and students. Because students are the most important thing we have.
Definitely.
And in our school, of course, we have teachers, we have those that help us in all the different tasks of the administrative tasks. But of course, students are our focus, and we work for our students. And these are our main priorities: to give students good formation, good tools to face the future. Not only knowledge, but also tools like critical thinking, tools like understanding one another, tools like being respectful, tools like solidarity, tools like understanding different cultures, tools like understanding what is the meaning of life, what is the meaning of solidarity, what is the meaning of creating a path together. Because the journey in this life, it's not a journey of solitude. It's a journey of putting together everything we are with everything that our community has, for instance. And that is the key for the success of our students. And if we do this, I'm absolutely sure that that we'll have students that are prepared to be good professionals, and most of all, good persons, because we need good persons. We need persons with values. We need persons with principles, and this is the most important thing.
Definitely, and people like you, and because you have very clear thoughts and visions of collaboration, building up bridges between Portugal and India. Because if we prepare our children, be it from any country, be it India, Portugal, or any other country, if we prepare the children with the basic roots, with the basic values, you can say the value of empathy, the value of gratitude, the value of sharing the knowledge, the value of teamwork, and other basic knowledge. If we teach them about failure, how to deal with failure, how to deal with rejection, then there will be a very huge difference. Because you just mentioned your in detail about your career, and you mentioned that you mix your profession and passion, right? Because you love cinema, you love music, and you love to teach. I have a quotation for this, and do the job you love. Do the job you love, you will never work a day in your life. If we are going to work, if we are going to do the job which we are really loving that, so we don't think we have to work. We will be working, we will be enjoying our work on a very single day, every single day. And you are a great person with great and ample amount of knowledge in your kitty. In your, so you must be having some milestone in your life. I would like to know your biggest milestone of your life till now. Biggest milestone.
The biggest milestone, my friend.
Yes, your biggest milestone till now.
This is a very difficult question. This is a very difficult question, my friend.
Yes.
Perhaps my biggest challenge so far was becoming a dean in my school, in my higher school of education and social sciences. That is one of the 4 schools we have here at the Polytechnic Institute of Porto Alegre. So I arrived here in 2008, and in 2010 we had elections for dean, and colleagues came to me and said, "You must go ahead and you must be the dean." And I answered, no, I can't be the dean because I've just arrived here. I'm just started to know the city and to know the colleagues and the students. No, I can't be the dean. And I told him, no, you must be the dean exactly for that, because you have new ideas and you have new thoughts, and that is very important for us. And I thought a lot about this, of course, and I decided, okay, let's go ahead because I like challenges. And let's go ahead. Let's do great things for this school. Let's do great things for our students. Let's do great things for our community. Let's go ahead. So this was my biggest challenge so far. And I was a student for 8 years. And in Portugal, we can only be deans for 2 mandates, 4 years plus 4 years.
4 years.
Yes, you can only be deans by the length of 8 years. That's the limit of the law. And during these 8 years, it was an outstanding experience because it was wonderful to work for our students, to enhance their capabilities with new degrees, with new post-graduations, with new masters, to understand what they needed and to understand their wishes, to understand what our teachers needed. Our school had a very good period during these years. We had more students, we had more foreign students, we had more connections with international universities, and we had a major step ahead with all that we decided it would be essential for the future of our school. And the majority of our teachers now have PhDs, and they didn't have in 2010. So this is a great victory. It was a great victory also to be connected with our community, because a school is not an island. A school must be connected with the community, must be connected with the region, and must be working with the community. A school must understand what are the needs of the community. What does the community need from us? Degrees, projects, alliances, new ideas, counseling. So we do all that, and we work with the community very hard. And I am honored to say that our school went ahead with this project, and it was a huge project, of course, but the results were very good indeed. And now I left the dean office in 2018. Now I am a professor and a researcher, and this was indeed my biggest challenge so far, because I had the honor to serve my school and to give my school everything I had from the 24 hours of my day. If the day had 25 or 26 hours, I would give them to my school, because students deserve everything we have. Students deserve all our passion. Students deserve all our dedication, students and teachers, our colleagues and researchers and our community, all of those persons deserve that we must try harder. And we must try harder, not for us. It is not an effort for us. It is an effort for all of them. It is an effort for our students, for our teachers, for our collaborators, for our community, for our region, for our country. So we must work for them. We are not working for us. We are not important. We are not important. We are just a tool. We are just a tool from the Almighty. So we are here to perform a task, and this task is to give knowledge, education, and happiness to everyone that is around us. I truly believe this is our main focus in life.
You are a true inspiration, Luisa, because right now I'm feeling blessed that I'm taking your interview, and I, along with my audience and other people, are getting a detailed idea about your journey and your career, your biggest milestone, right? Because being a teacher, being an educator, or a professional, whosoever is working with children, it is our prime duty to serve them. It is our prime duty to answer to their each and every question. It is our prime duty to prepare their foundation. It is our prime duty to arrange the collaboration for them for their project, to arrange the alliances for them. And yes, this must, I can definitely say, this must be your biggest milestone. You were teen for 8 years, 2010 to 2018. And continuing to this, do you have any regret of your life?
My friend.
Because we always talk about milestone, we always talk about journey, we always talk about positive things, but
Yes.
everybody have some or another regret in their life. So do you have any regret in your life?
My friend, all of your questions are very interesting, challenging, and difficult, my friend. So I'll try to give you an answer that is that is absolutely honest. Let me tell you a story. Yeah. Imagine that we arrive during our journey. We arrive at a crossroad, and then we have two possibilities. We have a path on our left, and we have a path on our right. If we choose the path on our left, we'll have sunshine, we'll have green grass, we'll have a beautiful wind, beautiful weather, everything is going to be perfect, everything is going to be excellent, we won't be having any worries, any difficulties, any troubles, and so far. Then we have the second path. We have the path on our right. And the path on our right has, first of all, a small rock ahead of us. And then we have a rock that is a little bit bigger. And then we have a mountain. And then we have the Himalayas. And then we have Mount Everest. So the difficulty here is to choose. What are we going to choose, my friend? Shall we choose the path that is shiny and happy and full of joy, or shall we choose the path that has rocks and difficulties and troubles and challenges? Honestly, I do think that we must choose the path that has the rocks, because if we choose the path with everything that is happy, everything that is shiny, we can't face challenges. We can't understand difficulties in life. We can't understand that sometimes to go ahead, we must be hardworking, we must be devoted, we must be kind, we must respect one another, we must work together to overcome that rock, or to overcome that mountain, to overcome the Himalayas, to overcome Mount Everest. So I honestly always chose the path with rocks because they gave me knowledge. They gave me sacrifice. They gave me the understanding that we must be humble. We must respect the path that the Almighty is putting ahead of us. We must respect all that because if we have some rocks in our way, this means that we have to learn something about this. So if we overcome the rock, we perhaps we can be a little bit harmed, yes. We can be in danger, yes. But if we overcome it and if we go around it, or if we have a friend that is with us and that helps us, then we go ahead. And our strength is better and bigger and higher. So honestly, I don't think we can't have regrets in our lives because our lives are made of choices. And the choice, of course, demands analyzing everything in context. And in our lives, we have different episodes, we have different frameworks, we have different choices. And what we must do is think, what is the path of learning? Is the path of my left or is the path of my right? And the path of learning must be always be the path that we must choose. So regrets are something that we can't think about them as negative. We must think about them as challenges. Let me quote a Portuguese poet. And the Portuguese poet is Fernando Pessoa. And he has a beautiful poem about when we find rocks in our paths, in our journeys. And he tells us, I will collect each and every one of these rocks, and one of them is going to be very important because with all of these rocks, I will build a castle. And with this castle, I will be happy in my future. So this teaches us that rocks are important to building our future. These rocks are important for our castle. Every one of us has one castle to build in life. So rocks are part of this castle. Rocks and hope, my friend.
Yeah. Every sunshine brings hope, and every morning comes with different challenges, with different hope, with new way to accomplish that challenge, the new day, the new life. Yes, because there is a light at the end of every tunnel, and we have to keep that hope. We have to do our hard work with a positive outlook, with a positive mindset, in a positive direction. Because before tasting success, we have to taste failure a lot of time, and we can only taste failure if we are committed to learn. If we continue to learn with a positive outlook, with a positive mindset, this is the only thing which sustains us throughout our life, right? And lastly, I just want to have your key takeaways for our audience, for all of us. What would be your key takeaways for today,
Well, my friend,
so
I
that
would,
we can have key takeaways?
yes, I would again would like to thank the opportunity for being here. It was a great pleasure. It was an honor. It was an honor to be here with the IDM Foundation. And a word for our students, a word for our colleagues, our friends, our fellow teachers, our researchers. And connecting with the questions that you, sir, have outputted a few minutes ago about the COVID-19 experiences. and what have we learned about all this. And the most important thing about our path in life is that we are truly committed with education. And the commitment with education brings us all together. Teachers, researchers, parents, community, country leaders. So this is a teamwork. This is not an individual work, but each one of us has a task to achieve. If I'm going to have a class in an hour, for instance, I will have two main objectives. First of all, to enhance the knowledge of my students. Second, to be inspirational, to give them hope, to give them values, and to give them principles. So what COVID-19 brought us was an opportunity to enhance these values, to work together. And we must work, we must truly work in an honest way to bring more knowledge to our world, to bring a better education for all, to enhance respect, solidarity, and hope. And my last word is, of course, for our students. They must believe in themselves because they are the key factor for the success of mankind. So they must believe that knowledge with virtues, with principles, are putting together all the most important elements for their success. They must be inspired by projects like IDEAM Foundation. They must be inspired by great examples like India. They must be inspired by great leaders like John F. Kennedy. They must be inspired by human rights. They must be inspired by the willing of changing our world into a better world. And each of our students must be committed with this. And if we all work together, we can achieve this. So, my dear Gaurav Sharma, it was really indeed a great pleasure to be here. And our final word must be hope. Hope, hope, always, always be thankful for our happiness, for our deeds, for our accomplishments. But of course, we must try harder every day. And we must give our students the opportunity to become better citizens, better persons. And all of this connected will bring us a future with light, with sunlight,